Raiders capture a little girl, thinking that she will bring them power in their tribe. However, the little girl proves to be a warrior, defeating the ones who captured her and destroying the one who killed her loved ones. The Earth struggles to survive as global warming and disasters change everything. With a lack of water, electricity, medical help, and poor currency, humans begin suffering. A little girl, Furiosa, lives with her tribe in a beautiful oasis known as the Green Place of Many Mothers, while the world struggles in the Wasteland. One day, Furiosa and her friend pick fruit from nearby trees when they notice raiders nearby. Asking her friend to stay invisible, Furiosa goes to investigate. She sneaks up to a nearby bike and cuts a wire to disable it. When she goes to the other bike, she is unfortunately captured. She stabs the man in his leg and escapes, blowing into the whistle her tribe uses to signal danger. Her escape is interrupted as she is captured, tied up, and taken away. The signal is heard, and hordes of the tribal people rush to Furiosa's rescue, including her mother, Mary. Furiosa's friend tells the people they took her, and the tribe begins chasing the raiders. Catching up to the slowest rider, Mary kills the man and mounts his bike. She sets off to save her daughter on the bike. Another raider's bike stops working, killing the rider. The remaining raiders check for oncoming pursuers, and using this distraction, Furiosa bites through the bike's cable, which her captor overlooks. Seeing Mary on the horizon, they continue their escape. However, as night falls, the captor's bike breaks down, and he realizes Furiosa bit through the cable. They see that the pursuit is not too far from them. One raider suggests abandoning Furiosa, but the other convinces him by mentioning their low status in their community and how bringing Furiosa could change that for them. While they talk, Furiosa grabs a knife and cuts through the ropes. She begins running away. However, the bandits notice her and capture her again. In the morning, Mary catches up to them and plans to shoot with her rifle. However, the captor has tied Furiosa to his back, making it difficult to shoot him. She manages to kill the other bandit with her gun, but since they are too close to the bandit camp, she decides not to shoot the first captor. As they enter the camp, the men fight over who has claim over the girl. The captor tells the group of a place of abundance and how they could raid it. This causes excitement among the men. He plans on only revealing the information to the bandit leader, Dementus. As he takes Furiosa along on his bike, she manages to slip away from under him, leading to him choking on a rope, unable to reveal the location of Furiosa's home. The other men bring Furiosa in front of Dementus, who asks for the original captor. When the captor is brought in, he is choking on his blood and is unable to tell Dementus anything. Dementus asks the men to get Furiosa clean and fed, promising to bring her back home the next day. Meanwhile, Mary disguises herself as the bandit she killed and enters the camp. A lady servant washes Furiosa, while a sandstorm rocks the tents. One man goes to check the outside and is killed by Mary in disguise. She manages to kill the other one as well and enters the tent. The servant begs for her life, claiming she owes a mother too, and Mary spares her. However, as soon as the mother and daughter leave the tent, the servant raises the alarm and tells the warriors to shoot them. However, Mary and Furiosa manage to escape, but the bandits chase them. Realizing they cannot escape together, Mary convinces Furiosa to get home without her. She gives her a parting gift, a peach tree pit, and tells her to plant it in the Green Place. Furiosa drives away but stops to see her mother fighting the bandits. Unfortunately, her mother is overpowered and captured. Seeing this, Furiosa returns to her mother, where she is again captured. She watches her mother be brutally executed in front of her, while Dementus tries convincing her to show him where she lives. However, Furiosa only cries tears of grief. Later, Furiosa is locked in a cage and forced to watch the bloody competitions Dementus loves to hold. Dementus tries to please Furiosa and even gives her his favorite teddy bear. Dementus's historian offers to teach Furiosa how to read and write, saying she could become a historian too. However, she plans to leave as soon as possible and tattoos the way back on her arm. Next, Dementus and his men search for the Green Land and meet a strange man who tells him that he comes from the Citadel, a place with everything. Deciding this is where he needs to go, he heads off in that direction with his servants. They arrive at a fortress, guarded by the war boys of Immortan Joe, Citadel's leader. Dementus gives a long speech to entice the common people to be on his side, but it doesn't work, as the leader asks him to choose one war boy to fight in a negotiation. Dementus' servant selects a boy from the crowd. The boy then chooses a weapon and ziplines down to the ground. He detonates himself, causing significant damage to Dementus' army. Joe tells Dementus that everyone is loyal to him, and a war begins, after which the war boys attack Dementus' army. During the war boys manage to capture the motorcycles of the enemy and even lift the cage in which Furiosa is. However, the historian and Dementus manage to free the girl and flee. Next, Dementus and his men plan to capture a Citadel military base named Gast, which they do by attacking a fuel tanker headed for the town and disguising themselves as the workers. They capture the city and inform Immortan Joe to negotiate with them. He agrees to meet with them, and they threaten to kill the leader of Gastown if they don't give them supplies. They also threaten to blow up the city with the help of an explosive linked to a code. When they try to hurt Dementus, the leader is accidentally killed. Amidst the chaos, Joe notices Furiosa. Dementus claims that she is his daughter. Despite not speaking a word before, Furiosa speaks and tells Joe that Dementus is not her father and killed her mother. Eventually, Joe informs the group that he will increase their water and food and let them rule Gastown. However, he asks to keep Furiosa and another man from the group. Furious, Dementus takes away the teddy bear he gave Furiosa. Next, Furiosa is taken to a vault where the leader's wives are kept. She watches as one of the wives gives birth to a mutant, which disappoints Joe. Behind her, Furiosa feels one of Joe's sons, Rictus, become fascinated with the bells in her hair. Realizing that he is interested, she cuts off her hair and makes a wig out of it. Later that night, Rictus breaks Furiosa out of the vault to assault her and finds the tattoo of the map on her arm. He turns her around to examine her hair, but she manages to escape, leaving the hair in his hands. He chases after her, but she disappears. Much later, Furiosa blends in with a crane operator group. She becomes the new dogman of the group, and no one suspects that she owes a girl, just thinking of her as a mute boy. The city plans on building a supply truck that can withstand raider attacks. Rictus almost recognizes Furiosa, but is distracted by the ongoing mission. During the construction, Furiosa is determined to escape again. She hides a motorcycle and supplies under the main truck. During one of the trips of the truck, ITO's attacked by men who left Dementus' gang. The truck guards engage in a fight, while the vehicle still moves. Furiosa takes advantage of this and slips under the truck to escape. However, as the engine fails, a mechanic joins her to fix the problem. As the attacks continue, the mechanic hands her the spare part but fails to hold on. Furiosa notices a raider attach a bomb to the bottom of the truck and defuses it before fixing the engine. The driver, Praetorian Jack, attempts to shake off the bandits, but they are persistent. Furiosa climbs on the bumper of the truck, and her helmet is knocked off. Jack realizes she owes a girl, and she joins him in the front seat. Together, they manage to defeat the remaining bandits, alongside a mutant who turns on the Bommy Walker, a spinning device with spiked balls. The enemy is defeated, but the mutant is killed. She threatens to kill Jack, planning to take control of the vehicle, but he throws her onto the road. However, he later returns and asks her to become a part of his convoy and promises to teach her skills. Furiosa becomes Jack's deputy and is given the title of Praetorian. They visit Gastown but find that Dementus has almost run it to the ground. Jack tells Furiosa that she can leave and that he will provide her with everything. Another visit to Gastown reveals a riot, after which Dementus demands a meeting with the Council of Citadel. He refuses to give them tanks of gas, urging them to leave immediately. After returning, Jack and Furiosa are told to collect all the weapons so they can take back Gastown. In the evening, Jack confesses to Furiosa that he wants to help her because he still remembers how his parents yearned to be warriors. The girl shows him the tattoo on her arm, and he offers to help her find the place. On their last trip, he asks the soldiers to load everything into a nearby vehicle and has Furiosa drive the escort vehicle. As soon as they arrive in the town, they are ambushed by Dementus and his men. Jack signals Furiosa to flee, but fueled by hatred, she returns to shoot Dementus with a rifle. Dementus launches a grenade at her after she shoots him near his eye. Jack, thinking that Dementus killed Furiosa, drives into the tower that Dementus stands on, leaving him hanging on a bridge. Jack's truck is brought to the edge and thrown off, but Furiosa, who survived the bomb, saves him and drags him away on a motorcycle. Dementus turns and sees Furiosa saving Jack while hanging. The two escape to the outside vehicle, driving off, while a surviving Dementus follows them. Furiosa tells Jack the way to the Green Land. They notice Dementus and his gang following them. Jack tries to ward off the enemies, but after a wild chase, Dementus catches up to them. Furiosa shoots at his men, but her arm is crushed between two vehicles. Dementus forces their car to fall into a shallow ditch, and the two are captured. They chain Furiosa and force her to watch while Jack is tortured. As evening falls, Dementus checks on Furiosa and finds a hand chained with the star map, and Furiosa is gone. She managed to cut her hand off and escaped on a stolen motorcycle. Dementus and his gang chase after her, but fail to catch her. With the little strength she has, she manages to reach Citadel and is taken inside. She awakens to find herself in a cave with decaying bodies and manages to escape, even with a crazy old woman telling her to stop. She speaks to Joe, letting him know that Dementus is trying to trick him into going to Gastown, but plans on attacking the Citadel. They plan to trick Dementus back. Dementus believes the soldiers have left for Gastown and attacks Citadel. A 40-day war begins, during which Dementus loses most of his men. Meanwhile, Furiosa attaches a mechanical arm to herself and shaves off her head, having lost the map to her home. She gains a vehicle which she uses to get to the war zone. There, as the soldiers prepare a vehicle for the Suns, she steals it and chases after Dementus, leaving them all behind. Having been defeated, Dementus tries to escape with his loyal followers. Furiosa follows him, and even after Dementus asks his followers to divide, she confidently pursues Dementus. She kills his followers one by one and eventually catches up to Dementus. He tries to steal a knife from her, and she knocks him out. As he awakens, she has him chained and plans to kill him as revenge for killing her mother and ruining her childhood. He confesses that he is filled with hatred because his wife and children were taken from him. He tells her that revenge will not heal her. Furiosa continues to beat him, but he tells her that he has a high pain threshold. Realizing that he is right, Furiosa watches him pass out. She takes his teddy bear and examines it. As he awakens, he finally recognizes her and tells her that they can join forces to conquer the Wasteland. Refusing his offer, she throws away his toy. In the following time, Furiosa imprisons Dementus in a hydroponic garden, where she uses his body as fertilizer to grow a peach tree from the seed her mother gave her. She receives news of a new supply truck, and knowing the pain of being captured, hides 5 of Joe's wives who want to escape from him, freeing them from the pain that she once felt. The end. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like our channel and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Also, let us know what movie you would love us to recap for you.